into the last weekend of the American Association season with an extremely exciting playoff race on the line. I'm Carter Woodiel. It's the Daily Whiparound, and we're going to start off, though, with some history from the U.S. Steel Yard last night. RailCats facing King County, and Sam Abbott hits a 3-run homer here, his 20th long ball of the year. That breaks the RailCats single-season franchise record set by Christian Guerrero in 2010. What a moment. They win the ball game 8-6. And that's good news for Chicago and Milwaukee that King County lost. All three of those teams are fighting for the East Division title, and the Dogs did it all last night. That's Jeff Kinley. He threw 6 shutout innings, worked out of 2 bases-loaded jams, and struck out 7. His defense was great behind him as well. Second inning, look at Anthony Greer in right field. Another highlight reel layout catch for this guy. He has a large collection of those in his career. And oh yeah, Chicago scored 11 runs in the third inning. Gotta love a squeeze bunt here. Harrison Smith lays it down. Ryan Lidge comes in to score. That would force a pitching change. The next batter was Anthony Greer, and he hits this one all the way to the center field wall. Very nearly had an inside the park homer, but the stop sign comes on. He'll settle for a 2-run triple. And Connor Kopak provided the exclamation point with a 2-run home run. The Dogs sent 15 batters to the plate in that inning, and they go on to coast to a 12-1 victory at Franklin Field. As for the West Division, Sioux City and Fargo-Moorhead facing each other from Lewis and Clark Park. Look at John Silviano charging in from right field. A tumbling catch. Really well done for him. Patrick Lede, though, got the win for Sioux City on the mound. 7 innings of 2-run baseball, just 2 hits, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts. Some great defense behind him, too. Look at the barehanded play. Blake Taberry charging in, gets the out, and offensively, Gabe Snyder stays hot. A 2-run single in the 7th here. He's got 11 RBIs over his last 5 games, Snyder. That would give the Sioux City Explorers a big lead. And to close it out, look at this 9th inning play from Danny Amaral, diving to make the grab. The Explorers win it 7-2. Now, that's not great news for Lincoln because they're chasing Sioux City for the final playoff spot, but the Salt Dogs did get a win last night. Josh Altman with the first inning grand slam here, his 15th home run of the season, and later Hunter Clanton with an RBI triple to score Matt Goodhart. They scored 8 runs in the first 2 innings, and they hung on from there. 9-6, the final score from the Birdcage, and Cleburne gets the win over Lake Country last night. Derek Alexander gets the win on the mound. 6 innings, gives up 2 runs, 1 earned, strikes out 8 Dock Hounds, and the Railroaders top Lake Country by a final score of 5-3. So here's all the scores from last night. Kansas City and Winnipeg have a night off, although they will be back in action tonight as we get ready for the final weekend of the American Association season. In these standings right now, Chicago, really a perfect night for them. They won, they beat Milwaukee, and King County lost as well, so their lead over both of those teams is at 2. As for the West Division standings, Fargo-Moorhead is up by 1 game over Kansas City, though the Redhawks do have the tiebreaker. Winnipeg and Sioux City to follow the X's with a 2-game lead over Lincoln. And here's what we got tonight. 4 games left in the season. These are the matchups that we're going to be looking at from here until the Labor Day finale. You can see Kansas City and Fargo-Moorhead, the top 2 teams in the West. The Monarchs need to win 3 out of 4 to get the 1 seed. Chicago's facing off with King County. If the Dogs win 3 out of 4 in that series, they get the 1 seed no matter what happens. Milwaukee is at Gary. They are hoping to get some help and get some W's over Gary South Shore to try and get the 1 seed in the East. And Lincoln and Sioux City, if the X's take 2 out of 4 from the Salt Dogs, they will make the playoffs. Lincoln needs 3 out of 4 to make the postseason. It's going to be super exciting, and you can watch all of it tonight on AAPB High Leverage. That kicks off at 6:45 p.m. Central Time tonight. We'll be taking you from ballpark to ballpark to keep track of all those big matchups in the race for the American Association postseason. And of course, every game all season long and every playoff game as well is at aabaseball.tv. I'm Carter Woodiel for the American Association, where we play to win.